Hi, I'm Dr. Vince Bellonzi, and we're going to do our little health tip. So let's talk about vitamins, micronutrients. We've got minerals, and they're called electrolytes. They're micronutrients needed in a very small amount. You've got vitamins, and then you've got other nutrients that we know are perhaps conditionally essential. In other words, you need them under certain conditions. Your body can perhaps manufacture them, perhaps not. Things like CoQ10, alpha lipoic acid. We've got a lot of things that we consider nutrients that are necessary for the body to function. So we're going to go through different nutrients and talk about tips on how to know if you've got enough and such. Let's start with vitamin C. It was Linus Pauling's favorite. You can read some of his research on it. Very fascinating. It was sort of a hobby for him, if you know who Dr. Pauling was. And how much vitamin C should you take? Because the original RDA was down around 50. The amount you need to not get the deficiency disease of scurvy is down around 30. So is that how much you need? Because that's what the government originally would actually recommend. They would recommend enough so you didn't get scurvy with a little bit of a safety factor. And then they have inched up in their recommendations. The DRI went to 200, and now there's higher recommendations than that. But Dr. Pauling found through his research in comparing humans to animals that make it, since we don't make our own vitamin C, we actually have to get it in dietarily or through our nutrition or supplements. The thing is that he found that the requirements, if he calculated out the difference in size and such to the animals, that first of all, the vitamin C concentrations varied 200 times and more per day, from day to day. He also calculated out that if we were to make vitamin C like the animals that do, we'd probably be making somewhere around, he found around 9,000, and sometimes he took about 18 grams if he thought he was getting sick to make sure that he had more than enough. So through his calculations, you would think that, okay, maybe we need 9, 10,000. Maybe we need to do what Dr. Pauling did, and when we feel bad, take 18. It's pretty safe. They're studying high dose of vitamin C for cancer, for other things. We've done vitamin C IVs at very high doses, 100 milligrams, and there's really no known side effects except for the dietary effects. If you take it by mouth, we did it by IV so we could go higher dose, that you get diarrhea and such like that. So some people will recommend you take enough vitamin C until you get a little bit of diarrhea and you back off. That can be effective in two ways. First of all, you can actually tolerate higher doses over time in many cases. What I prefer to do is we have in our office strips that will change color with urine. So you basically pee on the strip, and if vitamin C is present, the strip will change color. I'm very comfortable with that. Vitamin C is a water-soluble vitamin. I'd rather know that there's a little bit of excess and I'm actually spilling a bit of vitamin C rather than have a deficiency. Because vitamin C, like all nutrients, is very important, has certain functions. It actually is potentiated with other nutrients if you take it along with bioflavonoids and such. But how much vitamin C should you take? Make sure you've got a source, because your body's going to need a varying amount day to day. And as I mentioned, if you want to, you can order these vitamin C strips and just check yourself once in a while and see if there's enough vitamin C there. There's also other nutrients. We'll talk about those in the future. But again, there's a little tip for you. You can actually check and see if you've got enough C. This is Dr. Vince Bellonzi. It's a pleasure. We'll talk to you again soon.